So I don't know how often this question is thrown around in the Call of Duty community, but I think it's thrown around just a little bit sometimes. But it's who is the best Call of Duty game developer out of either Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer, or Treyarch? And I honestly wouldn't have made this list. I was coming close to it because I don't want to put Sledgehammer on a list, but I kind of have to for this because they've only made and developed fully 2 Call of Duty games currently. And if you're watching this list in the future where the cycles happen maybe 2 or 3 times more, then they've made obviously more games. But as of now, they've made 2 games, and those are Advanced Warfare and Call of Duty World War II, of which hasn't released yet. And I don't know when the beta's coming. But yeah, I'm going to have to get into this freaking list because this is honestly just a thing that I need to speak about. I don't know why. I just really want to and express how I feel about these developers. But yeah. Anyway, let's get into the freaking the third developer, the third spot on this list, okay? Number 3, and I hate to say it, goes to Infinity Ward. Okay. They were pushed to third. Although they started the Call of Duty franchise as a whole, they've made some questionable decisions. And that kind of started with Call of Duty Ghosts and got even worse with Infinite Warfare. And I know that the other developers have some insight as to, well, they have a lot of insight anyway, as to where the Call of Duty game is going that will come out the year after theirs. So when Ghost was being made and Ghost had finished, they knew that Black Ops 3 was in the works and almost, ready to be shown. So then they decided, you know what, they're probably going to love the futuristic style. If Treyarch are going for it, they've got really popular games, we're going to go for this style. And it failed miserably because they tried to imitate it too much and it honestly sucked ass. And it's unfortunate because they used to make some genuinely good games. You go back to, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, where the really good Call of Duty games started to come out and people started, noticing the games more. They came out, they were great, they were fun to play with. And then Ghost release. Oh dear. That wasn't received very well. It's to date, I think it's one of the worst Call of Duty rated to date, which sucks, honestly. And it really is kind of depressing to see where they're going, but they could easily redeem themselves for this. They could easily either make, and I know they're going to do this, they're either going to go to Modern Warfare, or they're going to World at War. Or, not World at War, sorry, but a World War style game, just like, Sledgehammer are doing now, but it's Treyarch's turn next, of which I know they'll make a game like that as well, because they've got they have insight as to where the game was going anyway. So they're definitely going to develop that, and apparently Zombies is going to be different, so I cannot wait for that. But moving on to the second developer company, I don't know what to say, but it has to go to Sledgehammer. And I hate to say that they have to be on this list. I wouldn't have made this list if there were just 2 developers still, but this has to be done. Sledgehammer gained the number 2 spot as they have only made right decisions this year. They'd be number 3 if it wasn't for Call of Duty World War II. And I can almost guarantee World War II has the potential to be the best Call of Duty game of all time. And honestly, it's proof that the studio listens to the fans. They saw the reception for Advanced Warfare, they saw it wasn't very good, and then they moved on and actually changed something. And they put it back to its roots, where it should be boots on ground, real combat again. And, I genuinely can't wait for what they did. And they did go back and support Advanced Warfare. To date, they still support the game, which is very interesting. It's been nearly 3 years now, I think, and to think that the game's still getting support is ridiculous to me, as well as how many people aren't playing it. But, they did start something special for the Call of Duty community, which led to something very good for a lot of fans of a certain game mode. And with that, we're moving on to the number 1 spot on this list. And obviously, if you couldn't tell already, because there's not even 4 development teams, but it has to go to Treyarch. Okay. Treyarch get the number 1 spot when compared to other developers of the COD franchise for many reasons. They actually listen to the community. They haven't only done it once, they've listened to the community a lot. And it genuinely is something that other developers and companies in general fail to do. And they also have fixed a lot of problems in the previous games. I remember in Call of Duty Modern Warfare where grenades were one of the most broken things in the game. And then they fixed them in World at War. They didn't want to make the same mistake. And it was very, very, very cool of them to do that. And not to mention, they were the developers who created the now iconic part of the zombies. Or not zombies, I've spoiled it. but it's now iconic part of the Call of Duty franchise. It's the zombies mode. They created that back in World at War, like, I don't know how many years ago, but it was a long ass time ago. But they made Call of Duty Zombies, originally titled Nazi Zombies, but due to Germany's laws, they had to change it. They didn't want to make two versions of the game, blah blah blah. It will happen like that. And I honestly cannot wait to see where Treyarch go with Call of Duty 2018. I feel like it will be the best Call of Duty, like the definitive best one, because we know they're gonna go back to a World War setting, and if it's not World at War 2, then I feel like it will be a spin-off of World at War in general. I feel like it could be somewhat based around Reznov. That would be pretty cool, giving some more insight into what happened with him. That would be really nice. But they also gave us something very special, and it's something that Sledgehammer, I'm going to say they were kind of a catalyst as to what caused this to happen. So basically, when Infinite Warfare released, Black Ops 3, Treyarch, it was still supported. They still supported their game. And I remember in Black Ops 2, everyone was like, oh my god, in the coding there's a thing called DLC 5. I remember it being Nuketown Zombies, or the multiplayer version of Nuketown 2025. But everyone was going crazy. Everyone was like, oh my god, DLC 5. We need DLC 5 now. Where is it? We need it now. And it didn't happen. And people were somewhat upset about that. I don't know why, because Origins was amazing, like an amazing map to end with, and it gave us so much more like of a tease for another Zombies mode. And when Black Ops 3 came around, we had the DLC Season Pass. The Season Pass covered 4 maps. It finished around the time, I think, when Infinite Warfare released around there. Revelations came out. We were supported by the custom Zombies mode, meaning this was an extra layer of reason that they didn't have to do what they did. But Jason Blundell visited JC Backfire. If you don't know who he is, he was originally a pretty dead channel, notoriously about the Zombies community, but he used some of that freaking tombstone on him. I'll tell you that. Freaking quick revive. But he came back full force because Jason Blundell, one of the lead people of Zombie, I can't remember what he is. I think he's like the story guy. People go for him for the story. But he went onto his channel and he did the unveiling of Zombies Chronicles, which was the first ever 5th DLC in Call of Duty history. And like I said, I feel like this only happened because Sledgehammer started supporting Advanced Warfare. Black Ops 3 or Treyarch were like, okay, let's go back and support our game. But we'll do it in a different way. We'll add camos, weapons, and a 5th DLC due to popular fan request. And it was one of the best decisions that they could ever make, because their game is so much more popular now compared to Infinite Warfare. And I know that World War 2 is going to be a very popular game as well. It'll kind of take some of the Treyarch players off there. But it was an entire Zombies DLC, and they know where their fans are. They know why they come to their game, and it's because of Zombies. And they do it best. It's like, no doubt, they do Zombies the best out of anyone. They are the best developer, in my opinion. They listen. They created the 3rd game mode, Zombies, and it was just an amazing thing. And to think that, that one day this will have to end, and I don't know when Call of Duty in a whole will end. It's Activision's cash cow. They will milk it as much as they can until it is literally dead. And I feel like Call of Duty could go for another 5-6 years until it finally kicks a bucket, dies completely, everyone loses interest, because interest for Call of Duty has dropped off so much throughout the years. And Call of Duty World War 2 kind of revived it. It gave it a bit of quick revive jab there, and it kind of revived itself a little bit. But no doubt in my mind, this game, or this franchise in a whole, will end within the next 10 years. And it's going to be unfortunate to see, because Call of Duty has a special place for me. It was one of the games that I played. One of the games. And I say with capital the, all caps. Because I started playing Call of Duty Zombies World at War when I was around 6-7 years old. And the memories of not being able to survive past round 4 and knocked were pretty, they're very nice to think of when I play a map like that. And that's why I was very excited to see Knocked come back in Zombies Chronicles. I was actually really happy about that. However, I haven't played Knocked in Zombies Chronicles yet, and I still need to do that. But it was just a very cool thing to see. And you know, like, Treyarch knows what the community wants, and they'll nearly always deliver on their promise. And it's some of the best things to see in the Call of Duty community. And I don't think Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer, well, other than Sledgehammer, of course, because of World War II, but I don't think Infinity Ward can just do that. They've never shown the ability to give what the community wants, and hopefully next year, or sorry, the year after, they actually do good, do something that the community want. And honestly, I'm going to say now, don't bring zombies back for Infinite Warfare, or not Infinite Warfare 2, Jesus Christ, that would end someone. But don't bring it back for either your next World at War base game, or, well, next World War base game, or your next Modern Warfare game, because it's going to be one of the two, unless they do a Ghost 2 because of the cliffhanger at the end. But do not bring back zombies to that game mode, please. I want them to make it a more sacred thing with Treyarch, like it should be. But what I honestly want is, and I know people are going to, like, judge me for this, but bring back Extinction. You didn't, and I'm going to say this like a direct message to Infinity War, you left it on a cliffhanger. And same goes for Sledgehammer Zombies. You left your 2 game modes on a cliffhanger. Do not make the stupid decision and leave them there. Finish your story. Whether people like it or not, people will still buy your game, and you'll only learn from the mistake. So just do the thing you need to do. Because honestly, if you do Extinction right, and people like it, that's something you've got for yourself. Your own exclusive game mode. And then Sledgehammer just have to take advice from there and do their own. Who knows? But anyway, those are my top 3 developers in the Call of Duty franchise. Sort of turned into its own different video. It turned into a 12-minute video. Damn! Didn't expect that coming. But anyway, if you guys liked, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you freaking like the video. Turn on notifications, otherwise you will not be notified on my videos. Often you will probably get about, a 50-50 chance of getting notified. So yeah, like I said, turn on notifications. And subscribe to come up. Can't speak English today, but subscribe to become a part of the number army today. It is like 30 degrees and I'm dying.